Good morning, guys. Welcome back. And today, inshallah, we're gonna start in lesson one of chapter four. So we already explained lesson two and three of chapter two. Then we explained lesson one and two in chapter three. So during this time, we already talked about the cell cycle and how the cell grows, the cell transport, and the cell energy. And finally, we talk about the cell differentiation and these levels of organizational living organism. Today, inshallah, in this chapter, or in that chapter, actually, we're going to talk about the types of reproduction, how living organisms could reproduce or producing new offsprings of the same kind or the same species. So let's start by lesson one, which is the sexual reproduction and meiosis. So here the word meiosis, it's a new word that which is familiar to another word we said before that is mitosis. So meiosis actually is another kind of cell division or a special type of cell division that happen in certain type of cells which are the reproductive cells, and we're gonna know how it works and everything, inshallah. So let's start lesson one. So by the end of this lesson, we should be able to know what is the sexual reproduction and why it's beneficial, what is the order of the phases of meiosis and what happens during each phase, and why is meiosis important or why the meiosis division is important. So let's start here by the new vocabulary, new terms which we're gonna learn. First thing, sexual reproduction, egg, sperm, fertilization, zygote, diploid, and homologous chromosomes. So actually some terms of these we already talked about them. So sexual reproduction, we know what it means, okay? It means a kind of reproduction that depends on two parents, one is male and the other one is female. Egg, that is the female sex cell. Sperm is the male sex cell. Fertilization, the join between the egg and the sperm. Zygote, that the fertilized egg or the first stage in the embryo, that which we call the zygote. So I think that two new words that you may not heard about them before, which is diploid and homologous, and we're gonna know them inshallah. So we have also the word which is haploid. Okay, so diploid and haploid are look somehow related. So we're gonna know this inshallah. So let's start today. So in the beginning, we ask a very important question. What is sexual reproduction? So we said that sexual reproduction, that's kind of reproduction in which the genetic material of two parents or the genetic information, the DNA of two different parents, okay, one of course male and the other one is female, they're gonna join, okay, and they are gonna form a zygote that has a combination of DNA. So here again, we said that sexual reproduction type of genetic reproduction, which genetic material, which means the DNA from two different cells, the sperm of father and the egg from the mother, and that's they're gonna produce a new embryo. So the female sex cell, which is okay, or which is the egg, okay, that's formed in the ovary, the female reproductive system, and the sperm, which is the male reproductive system and forms and tests the male reproductive system, okay, or the male reproductive organ. So ovary, the female reproductive organ, tests the male reproductive organ. The ovary, okay, or the ovary cells actually go or undergo meiosis to produce eggs, while test cells undergo meiosis to produce sperm. So we got sperm and egg. So we are gonna find that the egg contain half the genetic material, while the sperm contain the other half. Once they combine together, they are gonna produce a fertilized egg or a zygote that contain full number of chromosomes or full amount of DNA. So like this. So here we said that, for example, here we find a female cat and this male cat, like any other mammals, okay? So the female ovary or the ovary, the organ of the female, is gonna make a kind of cell division called meiosis in the upward egg cell that contain half the DNA, while the tests of the male is gonna go through meiosis, so it produces sperm, which is the male gametes or the male sex cell that contain the other half of the genetic material or DNA. Once they join together, the process of joining called fertilization, they produce the zygote, the first step in the embryo. So we're gonna find here the zygote contain the combination of both DNA of father and mother, so it has a full set of DNA or full capacity of DNA. This zygote will develop inside the mother uterus, okay, and of course by mitosis, that will lead to the growth of the zygote into new individual, which somehow have some characteristics of both parents, okay. So here like this, we said that we are gonna find, we have a term which is diploid cells. So we are saying that our cells or all of your body cells are diploid. Diploid, that means they have like pairs of chromosomes or they have a full number also of chromosomes. So diploid to present or just a word that represents the full number of chromosomes or full number of DNA that found inside a cell. And the chromosomes always are found in pairs. Why especially they are found in pairs? Because actually you get one of this pair from your parent and the other half of the pair from the other parent. So that's always we're gonna find that the chromosomes are arranged in pair. So we said that in most body cells or the body cells of most organisms, similar chromosomes occur in pair or they are found in pair. So we call them diploid. So what meant by the diploid cell? Diploid, that cells that have pairs of chromosomes, okay? So this pair of chromosome, okay, we said we call them homologous chromosomes. So what the word homologous means? Actually, the word homologous means they are similar but not identical. What does it mean? How they are similar but not identical? So actually, as we said, okay, the pair of chromosome, if you have a pair of chromosome, just wait a minute here. So if we have a pair of chromosome, so one chromosome is obtained from father and the other chromosome is obtained of mother. So that is pair, okay, just one pair here. So that's a pair of chromosomes. This pair actually, they are identical. Sorry, they are not identical. They are similar but not identical. So why they are similar? They are similar in sequence of genes, which means this part represents a gene and that's a part represents a gene. So this here, that the gene which is responsible for the eye color, for example. So this also are the gene which is responsible for eye color. So then here, for example, the next gene, okay. Let's pick another color, okay. This gene, for example, that's the gene which is responsible for for example, let's say hair texture, and that will be the gene which is responsible for hair texture. And if this third gene, for example, on that chromosome, this one which is responsible for the skin color, so that also will be responsible for skin color. So you're gonna say they are identical. No, they are not identical. They are similar in the sequence of the genes. So they have the same sequence of genes. But may your father have brown eyes while your mother have blue eyes. So here the expression of the gene or how the gene will make the trait appears may different. So for example, your mother hair is smooth, okay, while your father's hair is curly, okay. Your mother's skin is somehow brown or even okay dark pigmentation, while your father it's a blonde or have okay this white skin. So whatever it means here, guys, they have the same sequence of genes, the same order, but how these genes look like they may differ. So that's the idea. That's why we call them homologous. So the word homologous means they are similar but not identical. Similar in the sequence of gene, the arrangement, but different in how this gene looks like, the appearance, okay, or the expression of this gene. Is it clear, guys? So that's here the idea, okay? That's why you have a combination. So you find that some of your traits look to your father, some of other traits look like to your mother's, and some of your traits is kind of mixed. That's why there is no two people all over the earth. They have the same DNA. Even identical twins, they still have some differences in their DNA, although they have a lot of similarities. But no two people, they have the same DNA because we have different combination of DNA always that is result due to the combination of the mother's and father's DNA. So here like this, the diploid cell, all of us, any cell in your body, that means your skin cells, your liver, your eyes, your stomach, whatever, any cell, you're gonna find that chromosomes are arranged in pairs. This pair we call it homologous chromosome. So we call these cells diploid cells because already chromosomes are found in pairs or found in form of homologous chromosomes, okay? So here we're gonna find, so I hope that the term homologous chromosome is clear for everyone. Then we pass here, we said that because one chromosome is inherited from each parent, the chromosomes are not identical. As we said, they are different in how the genes will be expressed, but they are similar in the sequence of genes, okay? So here we said that the number of chromosomes somehow is constant in each species. So for example, we find that the frog fly have 8 chromosomes, which are arranged in 4 pairs. Rice as a plant, they are 24 chromosomes and 12 pairs, and keep so on like this. So the number of chromosomes is constant and it could never change, because any change in the number of chromosomes that will cause a kind of mutation or appearance or absence of some traits, and that's also may cause a mistake, and or somehow it will not be like an identity for that. So whatever, any cell that we pick up and we find that it contains 38 chromosomes, so we're gonna know it's a cat. So the number of chromosomes never, there is no two species have the same number of chromosomes. Whatever the cell you get and you find the number of chromosomes on it, okay, 32, so it's a yeast fungus, okay, and so on like this. So the number of chromosomes considered as identity to the species. It can't be repeated, or there is no two species have the same number of chromosomes. So human, for example, have 46 chromosomes arranged in 23 pairs. So that's as a unique number for humans. So whatever, if you got a cell, you don't know what is the origin of this cell, but you find it contains 23 pairs of chromosomes, so we know that is a human cell. So here like this, we know that the number of chromosomes is constant and it never change, okay? So we have another type of cells, we call these haploid cells. My question is, guys, what do you think? Do you think that the sperm and the egg, they are diploid also? That means they have pairs of chromosomes? What do you think? Yeah, of course, it's not, they are not pairs. As you come in your mind, of course, they cannot be paired, because if they are paired, if they already found, or they have full number of chromosomes found in form of pairs. So in this case, okay, that means after fertilization, the number of chromosomes will be doubled, and that could happen, as we said in the last slide, that the number of chromosomes is constant and never could change. So in this case here, guys, we said the number of chromosomes in 6 cells, that means sperm and egg, must be the half, because after fertilization, after the join between the sperm and egg and formation of zygote, this zygote will contain the full number of chromosomes, and in this case, chromosomes will return to be pairs again one more time. So to ensure that the number of chromosomes is still constant in the zygote, sperm and egg cells must contain just the half number of chromosomes. So the cells which contain the half number of chromosomes, we call them haploid cells. That means the cell which contain one chromosome only from each pair. Okay, we call it that a haploid cell. So like this, sperm is haploid, egg is haploid. Once they join together, they form zygote, which is diploid, have the full number of chromosomes, but new combination of DNA from the two parents. So like this, we could say that all the cells inside your body are diploid cells, except 6 cells, except sperm in male and egg in female, they are haploid. Why? Because they are already made for a certain purpose with sexual reproduction, because their density that this sperm is going to match with that egg, and finally they're going to produce a new zygote, which is completely, or to have the full number of chromosomes. So here like this, we know what meant by diploid and what meant by haploid. The question is how these haploid cells are formed, or from where we get these 6 cells. So actually these 6 cells are produced in your reproductive organs, testes in male and ovary in female. But actually they are produced from a certain type of division, not like mitosis, because as we know, mitosis produces a regular cell which is exact copy from the original. So it means that if your body cells is divided by, or your ovary or female or testes in male divide by mitosis, so it will produce a diploid cell. But we don't need a diploid, we need a haploid cell. So we have a special kind of division, we call it meiosis. So meiosis is a certain type of division that happens in the reproductive organs, ovary and testes, to produce a special type of cells which are haploid, which are the 6 cells, sperm and egg. That will be the end of our lesson until that moment. Next time, inshallah, we're gonna know what are different phases of meiosis, how meiosis works until we get the sperm and the egg. Thank you guys, and see you next time.